Yo, what's going on, true Blazer fans? It's Torey, and I'm back with another player analysis video. Now, today we're going to be talking about Gary Trent Jr. If you like this series and you're a Blazer fan in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and leave a like as well, as it helps us grow here on YouTube. So with that intro out of the way, let's start talking about Gary Trent Jr. Now, first off, I did release a whole video on Gary Trent right after we drafted him. It was a draft pick breakdown, and if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check it out. In that video, I provided the argument that I think Gary Trent's standing reach of 8'2", which was recorded at the NBA Draft Combine, I provided some evidence as to why I think that is a lie. He had previously recorded a shorter height by about an inch, a shorter wingspan by about an inch as well, but a taller standing reach by about 2 inches in the past, and that makes no sense. And compared to his height, which is 6'6", and his wingspan is 6'9", he has a very short standing reach of 8'2" that was measured at the combine. So I think that is a lie. Some guys have been known to make their standing reach look shorter as possible so that their vertical leap, which basically uses standing reach to measure, it makes their vertical leap look higher the shorter their standing reach is. So Gary Trent measured in almost a 40-inch vertical leap. I don't think he has a 40-inch vertical leap. Just watching him play a lot and just seeing how high he can jump, I don't think it's quite that high. I don't think he's quite that athletic, so it makes sense that his standing reach might be like 8'5", 8'6" instead of 8'2", but he kind of made it look shorter to try and seem more athletic. Why this matters is because I think that Gary Trent would be a valuable player at the small forward position. As I said in that previous video, his skills translate better to the small forward position in the NBA than they do the shooting guard position. He's an okay ball handler for a shooting guard, but for a small forward, he's actually pretty good. Small forwards have less ball skills than shooting guards, and if Gary Trent is big enough to defend against other small forwards, then offensively he's probably going to be better off, because that means he's going to be able to play next to Dame and CJ. He's going to be able to space the floor for them, but then he's also probably going to be able to have a little bit more success driving towards the rim and running pick and roll. Of course, the other significant reason why it would be important if Gary Trent is big enough to play small forward or not is that Portland has 6 guards already outside of Gary Trent. You got Lillard, McCollum, Baldwin, Curry, Stauskas, and Anthony Simons. That's 6 guards, so they're pretty stacked at those 2 positions. So Gary Trent, if he's able to play small forward, that gives him a little bit more of a chance to actually find his way into some spot minutes this year and going forward. Of course, the other reason why he's going to be able to get spot minutes if he's able to play small forward is that our backup small forward is Evan Turner, who has not had that much success so far in his Portland career. I'd definitely be interested in seeing if Gary Trent can actually beat out Evan Turner for some of his minutes, because honestly, I think that's pretty achievable for Gary Trent in his rookie season. He's going to be a solid rookie even though he was picked in the 2nd round. So Evan Turner hurts the team when he's on the floor. That's just the flat out truth. So if Gary Trent can actually help us, that would be an upgrade and help us play better this next season if he's able to win over some small forward minutes. So Gary Trent had a decent summer league. Didn't really show me anything that I didn't expect, but also didn't disappoint. Had a couple of 20-point games or something around there where he shot the ball well, and he's a shooter first and foremost. His repertoire is his 3-point shot, a 1-dribble pull-up, and then a little bit of craft inside the lane. And he showed that during Summer League. He showed pretty much what his tool set is. One of the most interesting parts of Summer League was watching him defend, because that's my biggest question mark for him. If he's a good defender in the NBA, he'll have a very long and very productive career and could even turn into a starting level player. However, if he's a below average defender or worse, he's definitely going to struggle to even get into rotations even for bad teams. If he's a bad defender, then his floor is probably Nick Stauskas, honestly, as a shooter that, you know, can kind of get inside the lane but isn't too quick and couldn't defend. So based off that, it was very interesting to watch him in Summer League play some on-ball defense, and then I also tried to study his team defense a little bit and if he was in the right position off the ball or not. The problem with using Summer League as a gauge for defensive skills is he's defending guys that aren't going to be in the league. The Trae Youngs and the Colin Sextons and those players, you had Wade Baldwin guarding them during Summer League. Gary Trent, I never really saw matched up against a legit NBA player outside of maybe Grayson Allen, who was his teammate last year at Duke. So while he was solid on defense in Summer League, you can't really use Summer League to determine if he has the skills to defend against real NBA players at a high level. My hope for him is that he's able to turn into a slightly bigger version of Wesley Matthews. Of course, Wesley Matthews had a lot of grit to him, and Gary Trent, I kind of see the same edge in him and in his father back when his father played. Gary Trent Jr. has that same dog mentality that Wesley Matthews has that we haven't really had in a guard since Wesley Matthews left. Of course, Wade Baldwin also has that dog mentality, so I really like that going against Dame and CJ in practice and then moving forward, being able to defend the perimeter in the NBA against other teams. I just hope that Gary Trent Jr. has the defensive skill, the footwork, and the motor to be able to back up that edge that he has to him that is reminiscent of Wesley Matthews. Wesley Matthews wasn't a guy that really attacked people off the dribble on offense, but he could make a simple line drive and could get to the rim. He had a good step back mid-range jumper, and he could hit the three-point shot. And honestly, offensively, I think Gary Trent will be a lot like Wesley Matthews, maybe even a little better shooter. So if he can provide that same level of defense, that's a very, very solid player and a player that any team in the NBA would love to have. Of course, Wesley Matthews was a 4-year player at Marquette, so when he came out, he was an undrafted free agent, but he was 3 years older than Gary Trent is now, so, you know, he had a little bit more experience, he was a little more developed physically, and he was just, you know, ahead of the curve. So his rookie season, Wesley Matthews was doing a good job against guys like Kobe Bryant and defending well for the Utah Jazz, even in the playoffs, and that led to him getting his contract with Portland. Given that Gary Trent Jr. is 3 years younger, you can't really expect that same level of defense from him in his first season that Wesley Matthews gave. Usually it takes guards a few years to figure it out, and Gary Trent doesn't really have the quickest feet laterally, so I do kind of expect him to struggle a little bit defensively. I just want to see flashes of lockdown defense. I just want to see the motor and the edge and that dog mentality translate into some good defensive showings, at least every now and then during his rookie season. In today's NBA, which places a high value on three-point shots, you can't have too many 3-and-D guys, and that's the hope for Gary Trent Jr. to be able to develop into that. Anything more than that would be gravy. If he can be a Wesley Matthews with a little better three-point shot, a little bit bigger, a little bit better at small forward, and maybe, just maybe, be able to do a little bit more off the dribble, that's a tremendous player in the NBA. So that's my honest hope with him. Maybe he can develop a post game like Wesley Matthews did too, because if you remember, during the end of his tenure here in Portland, Wesley Matthews was posting up other guards and actually having a lot of success with that. And Gary Trent definitely has the strength and the shot and the touch and the footwork to be able to become a low post guard in that same type of fashion. So I do want to see them experiment with him posting up a little bit, see if he has a post game, because that's also something that he could take from Wesley Matthews' game that he could implement for himself. So anyway, hit that comment section below and let me know what you think about Gary Trent Jr. Let me know what you think about anything I had to say on him in this player analysis, and let me know who you want to see next. I have like 3 or 4 guys that I'm planning on doing, but I don't have any specific orders. So tell me who you guys want to see me do as a player analysis on Wednesday. Make sure you check out my Monday mailbag video. It's just a short little video that also dropped today, and that's just talking about how we're going to do a mailbag every single Monday, and I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions as well in a video. So make sure you go check that out, leave a question for me, and we're going to do that weekly. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I love bringing these player analysis and these types of videos to you. So we're going to keep going up until the preseason. It's just a little over a month away. September 29th, that's the first game in Vancouver, BC. So I can't wait. I know you guys can't wait either. So I hope this is filling that summer void before we get back into basketball season. Anyway, that's all I got for now. True Blazer fans, it's been Torey. I hope you have an amazing day. Peace out. Go Blazers.